What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Locked Up 365. Today I got a good video for y'all. Today I'm going to be going over Liddell Lee. He was executed in 2017 by the government for murder of Deborah Reese. Come to find out, 4 years later, he didn't kill the woman. They have DNA evidence and they had it the whole time. They just never actually ran the sample. He did go to court many times that tried to appeal the verdict and failed every time. Real quick, if you're new to my channel and you like jail-related content, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you can be notified as soon as a video touches down. Alright, so we're going to kick this thing off. 1993, Deborah Reese was found in her home, beaten and strangled. Now, they had no physical evidence at the time. You gotta think this is 1993. DNA evidence and all that stuff wasn't really around then. So they went off of old school detectiving and they went around the neighbor to neighbor, and the neighbors said that they seen Lee going in her house and out of her house. So that's really the only thing that they had to go on, was the neighbors saying that they seen this man go in and out. That's it. There wasn't DNA evidence. They didn't have fingerprints, nothing like that. So they convicted him of murder. And he went to jail in 1993. Now, he did appeal it in 1995, and it ended up being a hung jury. So he remained in jail, and he had plenty of appeals after that. So the whole reason this man is dead and not alive right now is because the court would not allow them to enter new evidence. No DNA, no nothing. When he appealed, he wasn't allowed to bring nothing new to the table. He just had to argue what was already there. And the only thing that he had to go off of was the neighbors said that he entered and exited. And whatever story that the prosecutors come up with, saying he walked in and beat and strangled this woman. This all happened in Lincoln County, Arkansas. Now, I do know a lot of the courts, they don't want to enter new evidence, especially DNA, like 20 years later, because they think that, well, it's not even a think. They already got a conviction, basically. So they don't want to be proved wrong, that they messed up and they killed this man for no reason, or they're about to kill this man. But it goes both ways, because this man could have really killed this woman, and if DNA comes back to somebody else, this murderer could go free. So a lot of times that's why they don't want new evidence brought into an appeal. You should have to prove that that is their blood on the knife or their semen in the person, something. You shouldn't just be able to say the neighbors watched him walk in and out of the house. They had cops there 2 weeks ago because they got in an argument. That's not enough to go off of. Like, this man lost his life, and he lost the last 24 years of his life with his family because of people just saying that he walked in and out. And the statistics are really horrible if they're identifying another race. I don't know what color the neighbors were or anything like that. I'm just saying that if I watching murder happen, if the person is white, the chances of me actually getting the right guy goes up 50% automatic. If it is somebody of any other race, it goes down 50%. It's something with just your color. You're more likely to identify somebody in your own race. And there's definitely other factors that go in. If it's dark or like evening time, you can knock another 30% off. So I got a very, very small chance of actually identifying the person that actually did the crime, unless it's your own race. Real quick, I'm going to be reading off my computer because I don't want to give you all false information. I want to give you all the good details, correct details. 2 weeks before he was executed, the Innocence Project and the ACLU said they identified flaws in the evidence used to convict Lee. According to a press release on the ACLU's website, including the presence of DNA evidence that likely belonged to the killer and had never been tested with modern technology. The courts refused to hear any new evidence or allow DNA testing before executing Lee, who was one of the 8 people scheduled for execution in rapid succession because of the state's expiring supply of drugs. So basically they sped up everybody's process because these execution drugs were about to go out of date. Arkansas Governor Hutchinson said it was his job to carry out the law after a jury found Lee guilty based upon the information that they had, the governor said during the press conference. The state's attorney general stood behind the state's decision to execute Lee. Why would you stand behind that decision when they're telling you they got DNA evidence off the stuff you've had for 24 years? You had the blood of the real killer the whole time, and you're standing behind your decision. I feel real bad for the family because that was somebody's son, that was somebody's brother, that might have been somebody's father, and they didn't get any closure. They missed all these years with this person over something he didn't even do. So I think Arkansas should be held accountable for killing this man and not letting the DNA evidence be heard. I think that there is a definite lawsuit. If not, the whole system is just jacked up anyway, so I would believe it. But me personally, I'm suing, and I want his name cleared. I want some vindication. I lost 24 years with my brother, and I'm not even going to have him for the rest of my life, so... Real quick, what would you do in this situation if this happened to somebody in your family? Would you seek money? Would you just seek to get his name cleared? Let me know in the comment section below. That's all I got on this topic. I want to thank everybody for watching Locked Up 365.